Hey everyone, can you guys hear me? Hopefully you can. I think that worked, hopefully. Hi to everyone that's on there. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. My computer decided to update. Hi to everyone who's still there. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I don't know where my moderator is. I think she might not be with me today, so I might have to ask you guys to help me moderate a little bit. So it's good to see all of you. I see you guys getting on here. Yay. Okay. All right. Awesome. I thought I'd just do this because it's a new year. And 2020 was such a shit show. So I thought I might start 2021 like this. Just to kind of like do some readings and answer some questions and all that other stuff. Oh, you're absolutely welcome for my time. Oh, thanks, Toby. Awesome. Toby Jenkins will be my moderator. So I thought I would get online and just answer some questions and do some readings and do a couple of giveaways. I'm going to pick the subscribers off my list of subscribers. So if you want to participate in that, I believe just make sure you're subscribed to my channel, to my YouTube channel. My son's been doing all this cool stuff, like all these videos he's been having me do to help, like just, it's kind of like stuff that's in my book and all that stuff, like just helping people, like, so you know, different signs and stuff that are available, like from your loved ones and just other experiences that I've had. And some of you guys know I've lost a bunch of weight, and that, you know, I'll also be kind of sharing about that stuff as well. Just because, like, you know, like I can't imagine that it's very, like, in the past I've talked about like changing and making changes and stuff, but there's certain things that I am not, I feel like are harder to change. So especially things that have been going on longer. So like one of those things is, you know, like I've been overweight since I was, I don't know, 9. So it's been I'm 47 now, so it's been a minute. And in that experience of losing weight and everything, even now it's been a year since I've had that surgery and stuff, I still look in the mirror and see me how I was before. I still, the other day, went to the grocery store and I opened the door because I always used to worry about like being able to get out the door in the parking lot. And now I'm like, oh, I'm kind of close, but I can actually like get out. And I still shop in the plus size section, even though I'm not anymore. And so those are things that I can actually see. And I have a hard time changing them. So imagine the stuff you can't see and how hard that is to change that. And so like people come to me and they're like, oh, I haven't been able to change this for years, or I haven't been able to do this for years. And you know, just as long as you're aware of it, you make those changes when you're ready, but they're not quick changes. They're changes that need some time to kind of happen. All right. Oh, hi, Cindy. You did it too. All right. Yeah, 2020 was a good year, was actually a good year for me, even though everything kind of went to shit real fast in March. I still, you know, stayed busy doing readings, and I still I bought a bike because I couldn't stay at home with my children without wanting to murder them. So I bought a bike and I put 650 miles on that Walmart bike, and that helped me lose a lot of weight. So that's part of what I did during the lockdown, is I went out to go on bike rides. Hypnosis works with changing how you see yourself. Thank you, Cindy. You know what? I haven't thought of that. I hadn't thought of that. That's very interesting. That's actually something I might look into. Hi, Linda. Thank you. Diana, I know that's you, is Simple Girl. Hi. Avoiding murder was healing for you. Yes, it was. My kids still live. To this day, they're all here. No, but it's just the 2 in the house. It wasn't the 2 that are out of the house. Actually, if you guys notice, all my like business stuff, that like all these videos and stuff he's putting up, he basically makes me sit and stand in front of a white sheet thing. And he's like, just talk about this, just talk about that. And that's how those videos are happening. So there's lots of signs from the universe videos, in the trenches videos, stuff like that. That all looks like I was on it, but really it was just a few days of me doing videos and talking. So anyway, okay. So I want to, oh, you like this? I used to sell these in my online, and not online, like at fairs and stuff. And this is one I had left over. So I was just like, I'm going to keep it and hang it up in my house. Okay. So I wanted to do some readings. I wanted to answer questions, that kind of stuff. I had someone asked me this the other day, and I thought it was really interesting. Oh, Allie's here. Hello, Allie. Okay. Allie and Toby. Oh, what was I talking about again? I forgot already. I wanted to do some readings and answer some questions. And I had gotten a question just last night in my Facebook email, and it was just, what is clairvoyance? And I thought that was an interesting question to kind of get started today. So, hi, Tim. Hi, Diana. Hi, Denise. I'd love to get a message from my husband. Okay, give me just a moment and I will get to doing readings. Just, for any of you guys that know me, I do better with the less information. That's, and I do better. Like, this is lovely because I don't have to see anybody's face. And so sometimes, like when I do readings in my office, I look away, like stare out the window or look at the ceiling or whatever, because I can't handle looking at people's faces. So this is lovely. She asked me what clairvoyance was. And so clairvoyance, to me, like a lot of people just associate that word with that's psychic. Clairvoyance means psychic. But clairvoyance is just one of the psychic tools, which is about like seeing things psychically. So like how that works is you use all your five senses to connect with your psychic ability, use all your five senses to connect with spirit, and you also use that sixth sense, that sense of knowing. And so clairvoyance is just one of those six senses. And clairvoyance is the one where you can actually see things. It is not where you see things like apparitions and stuff like that. That's kind of a different level of clairvoyance. But most people, including me, the way that I experience it is just through the part of my brain that I use when I read a book and I can imagine it. That is the part where clairvoyance kind of shapes up for people. So if you do that, where you see people and you can just kind of visualize what they might be going through, whether it's in your imagination or in front of you, but most people, it's kind of, they feel like, oh, that's just my imagination. Because the world of spirit and the world of this kind of stuff is very subtle. So you got to pay attention. Okay. So, all right. So how can we join your Facebook page? My Facebook page, you should just be able to like it. And then you already are joined in on it. Hello. Okay. Allie's answering the questions. Thank you, Allie. All right. So I just wanted to share that about clairvoyance. And I am also, I was thinking about doing some more classes this year, but they would probably be online. And on Valentine's Day, I am going to be doing a thing on here on YouTube. So, but it will be the grand opening of my online Home Sweet Home house blessing stuff. My son is getting that set up for me. He's the one who helped me do all these videos and do everything. He's getting that set up for me. So hopefully you guys can join me that day on here. I'll be doing like almost like an open house via Zoom, just because of everything that's still kind of happening in the world. But eventually I'll do an open house at my office. I'll do some free giveaways, some house blessing kits, stuff like that. I'm very excited because I also have new products and things I've been working on over the years. And that's what I did this last year. is I've just been working on stuff, like working on getting more stuff out there. So, okay, so let me see here. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Aliza. Oh, and you know what, Eliza? I will answer, Eliza, maybe? I will answer your question in just a little bit. If you guys have any questions, just throw them out there. And I will answer them. I do have a new office. I got it last January and then COVID hit. So not everybody got to go. But as soon as classes start again, as soon as I'm able to have group readings again, like as soon as the restrictions are kind of lifted, you guys are all welcome to visit my office, and I'll do another open house as well. And so, Eliza, I will answer you in just a moment. So let me throw a reading in there, and then we'll get right back to that. So, all right. So this is the part where Allie helps me. And let me give you guys, for anyone new who's here, let me just kind of give you a little bit of information on how I do readings. You'll see me looking down and looking away a lot. Okay. I don't like to make eye contact when I do readings, or in this case, read every little thing coming up. So that's what I have Allie for. And Toby's helping me today too. So that's what I have them there for. So they will kind of get to me about the things that you're saying, because I can't always just read them. So that's how that works. Try not to put too much out there. Just let me just kind of start, and I'll start. So I have a man here. I do have a man here who's coming and wants to talk. I don't know if I've talked to him before or not, but I'll just share information about him, who he was, how he lived, his personality, stuff like that, and maybe whatever messages he's trying to share here today. And so I'll do a reading like this. I'm going to be online for like this hour or so. So I will do a few more. I'm just going to kind of intermingle them with Q&A as well. So Allie and Toby, if you can keep track of the questions, that would be awesome too, since I'm not reading it at the moment. Wrong cup. So when I do readings also, the less I know, the better. So you don't have to feed me too much, like you don't have to even tell me anything. I'll say things like, hey, who does this make sense for? And then I'll just kind of dig in to the spirit of that person a little bit more. We'll do psychic in a minute, and I'll do a couple more loved ones as well. But I just want to start with this man that's here today. So he tells me that, so I actually feel like he had some kind of health issues before he crossed in the spirit world. So he wasn't well. He wasn't well, but something else. So he has these health issues, but that's not how he dies. I don't know if he gets. So this is actually a more recent passing. This is not, I would say this is in the last year. Yeah, or it's been in the last year, or 2020 it was in. I also feel like, okay, so I get the feeling it was in the last year. He had health issues. But it's really weird, because even though he has health issues, something's kind of unexpected about his passing. It's almost like he isn't well. He knows he isn't well, but he's fine. And then all of a sudden, something just happens and pulls the rug out from under him. He's older than me, so we're going to use me as the guidepost here. I'm 47, so he's definitely older than me, probably by at least 10 to 15 years. So I'm going to think that this guy is maybe in his later 50s or in his early, so we'll say like 57 to 65 is where I feel like he passes. And he just tells me that, oh, and he had kids when he was alive. But the thing is, there would be some concerns about his death. Because it was so unexpected, is my sense. I think it was even unexpected to him. It's almost like things take a turn fast. But even though he has these health issues, it's not that. It's something different. It's not depression. It's not something, like I just feel like I get sick, or I'm just gone really fast. That's what he's telling me. And he says it was in this last year. And so I just want to say that. And yeah, so he's just telling me that. He says, I was gone this past year. Like, it's like a shitty thing in 2020 is that's kind of my feeling. I mean, 2020 wasn't really great for everyone. But he keeps telling me that he leaves behind family, people that love him, maybe like a wife or whoever he had kids with. He had children, they're still living. But there's something about his death that is really the question here, why he's coming through. Because he says that there's like a lot of concern for if he's doing okay, if he made it okay, is my sense. But I kind of think he's like later 50s, early 60s. I could be a little off with the age. That's how old he looks to me. And so that's how he's showing up. So let me see here. Okay. I have people that said I can take that. All right. So let me say now. If this resonates with anyone, like if anyone has a love out there or brother, someone, he tells me that the person who's on here is more of a peer to him than a child, even though he mentions he has kids. I keep getting that the person in the audience is kind of closer to his age, or would have been. But again, I feel like it's in this last year that he died. So I see a few people who said some stuff, but I don't know if there's a lag or what. So I'll just kind of just keep waiting to see. But as he kind of gets closer to me, there's this question because I feel like there's something about the way he dies where it's like, it's very unexpected. He's just saying like, nobody got to say goodbye to him. He's just gone. And that was not how it was supposed to go down. He's like, everybody thought they'd be able to be there. And I don't know if it just happened too fast or what. So, okay. All right. Nicole, Doug D, my friend Sid. Okay. Let me just kind of continue with this. Because I see a couple of people that are like saying, yeah, let me get some more detail with this. He seems pretty close to whoever is watching. So I have to say that. I also have to say that there's this thing about people not getting to be there when this dude passes or not getting to say goodbye to him. Like I said, later 50s, early 60s. And this thing about people not getting to say goodbye. But he was not in the best health. He was not. I'm not going to say that this isn't natural. This does feel like natural causes. However, he has all these ailments, and then something comes and it's like pulls the rug out from under me, is my feeling. So this dude is fine where he is, but he's saying there's so much concern because everybody was worried that he would be alone or that he was alone. He says everyone thought I was alone, but I feel like this guy had like a mother in the spirit world, or I don't know if it's a mom or grandma, but there's this lady who welcomes him over. So I know she died before him. I know she felt very close to this man as he's coming through. And I know she died before him because his passing is more recent and hers is maybe like a few years ago. Like, so he has this mother figure with him there in the spirit world. And he's talking about how it's like she's there with him. She was there to greet him. So he says, I wasn't alone. And he may have even been slightly unconscious at the end of his life because he's with his, I think it's his mom who's over there. But what he's saying is, I was not alone. Look, she came to get me, so I'm just fine. But there is something where his body was not, like his body's alive, but he's not responsive or not conscious or something like that. But still, I don't know why people couldn't see him. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but I don't know if maybe they couldn't get there in time. So Nicole, for some reason, I keep looking at your name. So does this all, so generally, like when I feel like, oh, it's this name or this is where I need to go, that is kind of the person that I feel like, because I see some other thumbs up from Darcy. I see your thumbs up. But for some reason, I keep thinking it might be Nicole. That is my feeling. So Nicole, and I will get to some more readings and some more loved ones, because there's definitely more people here, and get to some psychic stuff as well. But I keep feeling like I'm with Nicole. So Nicole, if you could step forward, Nicole. Okay. Do you know who? I just have to ask you who this man might be, and if everything I've said makes sense about him, because there's more here that he wants to share. But I just want to make sure that I pinpointed where he needs to go, because he's got some other people with him too. So, it is your dad. Okay. And so so here's the thing. It is your dad, but so he would be older than you. You're not a peer to him. So that part's not right. But would it be like where he's later in his 50s or in his early 60s, where he would have had like a health issues, but then kind of passes in a way where not everyone gets to be there? I also, when I see him for some reason, I just feel like stubble on my face, or like a 5 o'clock shadow. And, I don't have facial hair, at least. Yeah. So what do you think, Nicole? Or, sorry, it's Nicola. Sorry about that. Hey, Matt, I'm live on YouTube, so maybe you shouldn't be doing that. So anyway, that was my son who just walked in. Okay, so Nicola. All right, so I know you said hi to anyone new who's coming on. All right, so he's not a peer for you. He's your dad, but then he has his mother with him. I think it's his mom, and I do feel like she would have had illness as well, and crossed into the spirit world before him. But he keeps saying nobody got to say goodbye to me, and that there's this feeling of, we want to make sure he's okay. What is he doing? Where is he? Does he see us? That kind of stuff. That is my feeling, Nicola. Sorry, I kept calling you Nicole. But does this just resonate with you? Because he has a couple more things to say, but I just want to make sure I'm on track, because he is really very heart-centered when I talk to him. He is very attached to his family. He also, though, keeps talking about a female who's around, who still outlived him, who took care of him and loved him and whatever, and she's alive. But I assumed that was you. So I'm going to say that might be Denise. Wait a second, Nicole. Hold on just a minute. All right. So, and he's a peer of yours, Denise. Yeah. And you took care of him, but he died from something different? Hold on, Nicola. I'll get back to you. Denise, what do you think about that? And did he have kids, and maybe kids with you? But he keeps talking about, like, and I think he has a mom with him, and it happened really fast. And he says, the rug's pulled out from under me. And he wasn't actually expecting to die. Like, that is thing. He was not expecting to die. Okay. All right. That's what he tells me. He wasn't expecting to die, but you must have been taking care of him he was not expecting to die of a heart attack. So he had some health issues, but this is different. The health issues he had are not what caused him to cross into the spirit world. It's something different, but it's natural. And that makes me think that, all right. Yes. Okay. So Nicola, I will get to you. Darcy, I might get to you. I'm not sure, but I swear, Denise, this guy is kind of I really feel like, because he keeps talking about the person that's watching, he really loves the person that I'm talking to. Nicola, I'm not saying your dad didn't love you. And Darcy, I'm not saying that about you. But this kind of feels like maybe I'm with Denise. But Nicola, I think someone's here for you, because I keep seeing your name. So give me just a moment on that. And let's just put your dad and stuff to the side, because I'm going to work with Denise. And then I'll get back to whatever this other thing is popping up over here. But Denise, okay, so here's the thing. He is very strong in his nature. And I feel like he's a little pushy, is my feeling, as he's trying to come through, because he just wouldn't let it go until, like, now I feel like the message is opened up. I feel like I finally got the right person. So I'm just going to stick with you, Denise. But Nicola, I honestly feel like your dad must be here, because there's someone else who keeps, like, looking through my eyes and it's tagging your name in my eyeballs. So let's just go with this here. Denise, he tells me he didn't get to say goodbye. He is a very strong personality. So I definitely feel like, though, he's like, I wouldn't have missed the opportunity to talk to them. You've had some experiences. You know that he's around you. He says you talk to him fairly often, is my sense. And I feel like there is this kind of like almost, so you guys know I have Mike in the spirit world, my kid's dad, and I constantly know he's around. Even though I'm psychic and medium and stuff, I don't talk to him like I talk to your loved ones. I talk to him through signs. And so for Denise, he tells me that it's like you say something and then something happens. So it's almost like he's answering you directly, like you put it out there, like, hey, are you here? And then you see something that reminds you of him. And he just says, we have this back and forth because I'm not leaving her. I don't ever want, like, family and all your house, everything is important to him. So yeah, I definitely feel like you're the one I'm with, because it's really interesting when I do this, how they feel once I've hit the right person. It's almost like something just blossoms and it opens me up even more. It just makes me so happy when I feel it. So Denise, he's telling me, though, okay, so he missed Christmas too, or holidays or something like that. And he's talking about that, and oh, he's absolutely okay. But he's talking about missing the holidays, or you thought he missed the holidays. He's telling me he didn't. So you must still have kids that celebrate holidays, or you must still celebrate holidays like Christmas and stuff like that. I know personally for me that as my kids have gotten older, there's been less and less Christmas because I am not as connected to it. But he's telling me he missed this recent holiday. But the thing is he loves that kind of stuff. He loves, like, family get-togethers. He loves people coming together. He said that there was a lot spoken about, and he's been talked about a lot just kind of recently, this holiday season, something like that. So he's just wanting to kind of say, I was present there. But he was talked about a lot and honored a lot. So there are people that have done things for him, like to honor his life, honor his name, like, you know, like when people get a tattoo or they make donations or something like that. But he says it's all across the board. And he also, this is really interesting, because I just saw, because I don't necessarily always see the videos when they start to post on Facebook and stuff, because my son did them all in advance. But the most recent one I saw was about music. And it's just funny because I hear music with him as a sign. It's just reminding me of that post about music and stuff, how he talks to you through music. And so that is, okay. And so the other thing is that he's telling me is that it's like you walk around the house, you talk to him. This is pretty recent. So, right, Denise, this is in the last year? Is that true? Yes, a holiday and a birthday. Right on. Oh, something can help you go on without him. Okay. Well, let's just let's see what he has to say. So, okay, it was in September. So, all right. So, he's cremated too. He says you're holding him. I don't know what that means. I think he was cremated and he says you're holding him or you hold him or something. So do you like hold his ashes? Is that true? Sometimes I see weird things. So I'm just saying it, what it looks like. He just says she's holding me. So I don't know what that means. You're holding pictures of him right now, or he just says she's holding me. So I don't know what that means, but he tells me that you actually, he says you had a dream about him, but you're not 100% sure if that dream is true. So we'll get to that. But he's also telling me that it's like you're still dealing with like the aftermath of that. So I have to tell you, Denise, I have been there with someone that I had romantic connection to. And I have a thought here that I'm just going to tell you guys. I'm going to tell all of you guys this, and this is something that I've noticed. Denise, the first year, you're just trying to catch your breath, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're going to feel better this year because it freaking sucks. But there's people with you. You've got your kids. He's with you. He says he walks the road with you. And, I got to tell you, there's this crazy thing that I see now. I don't know what spirit did this first or where I saw this first or what it is, but there's this really cool, I used to see it all the time when I was a kid, like on little posters or footprints in the sand kind of thing. And so what it said is, I always see 2 footprints in the sand throughout my life, but when I had hard times, I only see 1. Why'd you leave me, God? And God says, no, that 1, it was me carrying you through. Now, I am not going to say that Denise's husband is God, but I am going to say that he carries you through. And so he's telling me he carries you through. And he walks beside you along the beach, along the path of life. It reminds me of that. But here, I have to tell you, though, the first year just sucks. But the second year, it also sucks. Because it's like you start thinking like, oh, my God, this is the second Christmas without him. This is the second birthday without him. This is the second Easter without him. This is the second whatever holidays you celebrate. And then it kind of starts to set in. So I don't want to sit here and, blow smoke up your ass and tell you everything's going to be rainbows and lollipops because it kind of sucks. But you'll get through it. And I do believe that he's going to get through it with you. And he's telling me he would never abandon you or leave you. And you know this about him. And death isn't going to keep you two apart. He says it's going to take a lot more than death to do that. So I just feel like that's the nature of his soul. And that even in talking to you, he's saying that is the nature of me. I love her. I'm not going anywhere. And he's not going anywhere with your kids either. So he tells me, though, that it's like he comes close to you. You've had experiences where you thought you felt him, all kinds of stuff like that. So I just want to tell you that. And then I keep hearing music. So I just want to tell you this. And I know that this man loves you. And he pushed all the other dead people that are standing here to talk to me today out of the way to get through to me, to talk to me, because he said you and him made an arrangement. And you told him if you heard from him or something, like you made a deal with him to hear from him. I don't know what the other side of the deal is. But he says we made a deal that if you heard from him, I don't know what the other side of the deal is, but hopefully that makes sense to you. I'm playing his favorite CD. Okay. So I heard music and I'm like, what the heck? But you're playing his music and you're holding his picture or whatever that is. And I just want you to know that he just says, I'm not going anywhere. So the dream thing, you said your son had a dream of you guys holding each other. He tells me, though, that you've had a dream where you just kind of saw him. So often those dreams that we have, sometimes they're a little confusing, but our grief is kind of intermingled with our afterlife connection to our loved one. So just know sometimes dreams are weird, but he's definitely with you. Okay. All right. I asked to remember him to show up in some way. Okay. So I just want to tell you that because I want to hit back on that other dude that was here, the dad or whoever the other person was I was talking to. But lots of love from him, Denise. And just know that it's not going to be the easiest year. But you're going to make it through. You're somehow going to survive it. He's going to be around with you, and over time, you're going to find some healing, but it's not going to be today. And well, maybe it will be today. Maybe actually it helps hearing from him. I hope so. But just know you're going to get through this, and that you're very loved. So lots of love to you, Denise. And if all you guys watching can send Denise some love, and all of you guys out there who are kind of struggling, because it's a hard time and it's the beginning of the year, and I know Christmas just passed, and it's just a rough time when you have someone in the spirit world to kind of go through the holidays without them. So lots of love to you, Denise. Okay, Nicola, let me touch here on your dad, because your dad's sick, is what he's telling me. And he says, he knew he was going to pass, or he knew something. He's like, there's something different about your dad than there is about this man that I just talked to. And by the way, Denise, after this live video is over, it just sits on my YouTube page. So this is kind of like a recording of a reading for you. So you'll always have access to it. Nicola, you too. And then I want to get to Eliza's question, and then I'll do another reading. But I got to tell you that your dude, your guy, Nicola, your dad, is kind of he has a lightness about him when he's coming through, because he shows up in a way of like, I don't know what he was sick with, but he's sick with something, and I feel like he's free of that. Whatever the sickness is. So I'm assuming it was unexpected because it matched up with the other stuff. But this guy is obviously a dad. The other guy was more like a peer or a love or like a brother or something. But this guy's more. But the thing about your dad is he is pushy as well, but in a different way, because he's fun. He has a brightness about him as he's coming through, because he wants to appear this way to you. He wants to appear to you as like, look at me, I'm good. All right. So I am not necessarily getting like the facial hair thing with him. I was with the other guy. I could feel like stubble on my face. But he's got a very, very, very interesting personality here, your dad. I also feel like there's lots of stuff at home. Like he's a little bit of a homebody, or he loved where he lived, or something like that. Like home is where his heart is, or that is what I feel like he enjoys the most, is something about home, feeling at home, that kind of thing. So he's a homebody. That's what I want to say. But he loves his family. He has a good sense of humor. He might have even been a big football fan, or something like that, because I feel like I like being at home. I like my family. I like watching games on TV. Like he loves being home and having people come to him. Is my sense with your dad, Nicola. Is that true about him? So I just yeah. Yeah, is that true about your dad, Nicola? He's a funny guy. He's kind of a smart ass a little bit. I just feel like he's something when he comes through. But the thing is he was sick, and so he wasn't able to get over this illness, because the illness is what causes him to pass into the spirit world, or there's a side effect or something. It's almost like a side effect of connected to an illness, because he's telling me he knew something wasn't right. So I just want to say that about him, and okay, Nicola, here's something about him. Was he a big football fan? I don't know what the heck this is. I keep getting like references to football, references to like games, that kind of thing. I think he liked that kind of stuff. What'd you say here? Sorry, you guys. Side effect. Yes. Okay. Was he a big football fan, or there's something about, I keep seeing the two of you watching TV together. And I feel like he's vocalizing something out of television. So he might have been like the type of guy that yelled at the TV, or like a armchair quarterback, or something like that. But I see him watching TV a lot. Actually, a lot of people do, but that's kind of my sense. There's something about like I don't know if it's a game or what, but I keep seeing like a TV screen and him saying, we used to watch this together. So I don't know. Okay. He likes TV and comfort. Okay. I definitely feel that. You know why? He reminds me of a Taurus. And so I have a lot of earth signs in my life that are Tauruses. So I just want to say, I see him like just hanging out, watching TV with you, talking to the TV. So I don't know if it's football or what he's talking about. He's talking to the TV and you're there. And I feel like that's home to him, and something. You're a Taurus. Okay. Because that's Taurus energy. It's like earth energy. It's like, I want to be home. I'm a homebody. I like the comforts of home and the pleasures of food and life and all that kind of stuff. So you're the Taurus. So anyway, he's also an earth sign. Okay. So that makes sense then, just because that's like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earth signs, kind of like earthy, like to be home, love outdoors, that kind of thing. I see someone, LP, I hear what you're saying. Definitely sometimes one reading resonates with another one. And so my thoughts are your dad's probably here as well. But I feel like what he's saying, though, is that because he was here earlier when Nicola, like earlier when I started the other reading. And sometimes they overlap. But this guy, though, I definitely feel like it's with Nicola. And so, Nicola, do you have kids as well? Because he tells me he's a grandpa. All right. Hey, Erica. All right. All right. Hello, Erica. Now I'm like sitting here. It's all right that you're joining late. Carol, we'll get there. Oh, he's your grandpa, but he's your dad. is what he's telling me. He's your dad. Oh, he's a granddad, but not to you. All right. That's because I was like, no, he's got to be like a father. Okay, perfect. He's a grandpa. So the thing with him, hi Benita, the thing with your dad is that he's kind of like giving a shout out to his grandkids too, not just you, but his grandkids. That's really important to him as well. He really liked being a grandpa, and he just wanted to make sure that the grandkids knew he was around, because I actually feel like he visits his grandkids, is what he's telling me. So I don't know how young they are, but they seem kind of younger. So he's just talking about like young grandkids visiting them. Happy New Year to all of you who are signing on. So I just want to say that to you, Nicola. He's saying hi to his grandkids. That's like a big freaking deal for him, my grandkids. And he's telling me though that they see him and they know that he's around. So I just want to kind of pass that along to you, and just get to him because he's pushy too. Okay. So Denise's husband and your dad were like here in the beginning, like invading my brain. So I just want to tell you that, and let you know that the grandkids, he's saying, yeah, they see me and I've been visiting them a lot. And so he wants to make sure that you know that, Nicola. So I want you to know that about your dad, that he loves grandkids. He has this kind of earthy vibe about him, the earth sign vibe. So both of you do. Obviously, you're the Taurus, he's Capricorn. But just know he loves you. And he just tells me that you're like his, I know this sounds weird, but like I almost feel like he's calling you baby. It's like, I'd always be here for you, baby. Like, but it's not a romantic baby. It's like my daughter, kind of like I'll always be there for you. I feel like it was like that with him in life. He would have gone through hell just to make sure you're okay. And I feel like he's saying that is really connected to him visiting today, is like, I'd go through hell or high water to make sure I got to my baby. I'd never leave my baby alone. But he's calling you like a baby. So he was your life coach and I'm struggling without him. Okay. Well, I just want to tell you, he'd never leave your side. That's what he's telling me. So the thing is, though, is that, I feel like he says, it's almost like he's cheering you on or prompting you. So I just want to make sure that you know that he's still here cheering you on. He tells me he's always your biggest fan. So lots of love from him. I know it's hard without him, especially if he was your best friend. But just know your dad loves you. Okay, so I wanted to answer the question that Eliza asked me earlier. I don't even know if she's still on here, but hopefully if she isn't, that she tunes back in later or something. But thank you, Nicole, for participating. And thank you, Denise, if you're still out there, for participating and receiving a reading. I'm going to do one more after this question. But I believe her question was that she wanted to know how to strengthen basically your Spidey senses. And there's lots of little tools you can do for that. I know on YouTube there's tons of stuff about like different things you can do to increase your ability and all that. So I'd say try stuff. The thing is that building your Spidey senses or strengthening them requires like a two-sided approach. So there's the approach where you have to work on yourself and deal with your own crap, because it clears the way so you can better trust yourself and trust your intuition. But the other side of that is you have to practice it. So a way to strengthen it is, by practicing, giving readings to people. A way to strengthen it is oracle cards are really helpful to help give you that validation. To strengthen your clairvoyance is your sight. Your imaginative vision is where it seems like it's housed. And And so to do that, you would read and visualize things and see things, or use your imagination to imagine things in order to build that. And then as you continue to build that, you can also practice on people and say like, well, I see this. Is this true? And that's really the best way to do it, is to practice with people what you're feeling, what you're sensing with all your 5 senses and your 6th sense of knowing. Just with that, and doing it that way, I will eventually like have some classes and stuff. And actually, I'm kind of in the process of, my son's making an app, or actually the app's already made. I just got to record the classes. So I might actually just have an app with classes that you guys can access, and a real interesting platform where you can, like, it's kind of like Facebook, where you can post stuff and have friends on there, like a spiritual community. And so we're working on that. It's called Soul Social, and it should be, he's already got the app designed. He's just waiting on me to get my ass together and record the classes. So there you have it. But that should be coming. And then on that app, there would always be like little tips and stuff you could do to kind of grow your mediumship or your psychic ability. But it just, so like for your clairvoyance, you use your imagination. For clairaudience, which is the sense of hearing, you just, one thing that I used to do in my classes is play some music, and you listen to the music and you listen to the different layers of the music. Like on one, you might listen to it and just focus your ear on the drum beat and not so much on the lyrics, and then focus another, listen to that same song and focus on the lyrics and see if you could tune the other stuff out. Because the clairaudient kind of ability is basically your hearing, but it sounds like your own voice. So those are just a couple things you can do to kind of build it. There's lots of, people put lots of stuff on YouTube. So I'm not going to recommend anyone or say anything, but I am going to say, pay attention to what resonates with you and what doesn't. That's the important part. What resonates with you, keep that. What doesn't, let that go. So in any of your teaching, any of your learning about that kind of stuff, but really practice is how you do it. So you got to kind of like tune in, practice with people, but at the same time, I would just tell you, always work on yourself. And sometimes that's a real pain in the ass. I know, because I've been doing it for the last 15 years, where in order for you to get better at it, in order for you to grow, in order for you to build your ability, you have to constantly work with that self-awareness and self-healing, because it makes you a better medium, makes you a better psychic, makes you a better person all around. Okay, let's see what we got here. Linda, I have some health stuff I'd like to know about, but also loved ones in spirit. Hi, Lacey. You almost said something about 2021 being generally like 2012 because of numerology, and this is amazing. Okay, Eliza, hopefully I answered your question. And Linda, I possibly will get back to you. I don't know who's here. But Lacey, so I did do a video about this, and I'll just put it on here real quick. But 2021 should be like your 2012. So 2012 is a pretty good year for a lot of people. And 2021 in numerology looks very similar. It's got the 2 and the 0 and the 2 and the 1. It will be a little it will be a little different, not reverse, but different, a little maybe more challenging in partnerships and things like that. Because 2012 is more about you breaking through things. And now here we are 9 years later, at the end of a cycle. And starting, so this is a year of anything that came up in 2012 that you didn't deal with might come up this year in you setting it free. But just know, and setting it free, and you need to kind of set it free, and then it will, if you don't set it free, 2025 will have an impact on you. So do it this year. Get rid of that stuff this year. And just know this year should be different than 2020. Now, I know we're in the lingering kind of pieces of 2020 showing up in this year, but it kind of broke, the cycle broke or something around, I think, like just a few days, like not a few days ago, but maybe like after Christmas, something broke. I don't know what it is, but it's like it broke open. So I just want to tell you that. Okay. So we have Leah messaging me. Let's see here. Leah, and I saw something else. Okay. Linda. Okay. You guys, so I have to tell you, I'm going to do one more reading just because I'm trying to limit myself to an hour. Otherwise, I could just sit here all day and do readings with you guys. But my family is meeting because we don't celebrate Christmas. We celebrate New Year's. And so we're all meeting today with just to start the year off right. Otherwise, I'd hang out and do this. So I am going to just kind of tune in. I wanted to do a psychic one, but this one might be just psychic and mediumship. And so this will be experimental. So we'll see what happens. But one of my New Year's resolutions, or one of my New Year's things, is that I want to get online and do more of these. I have to get myself doing it. So it'll be, I just have problems sitting here staring at myself while I'm talking to you guys. So I will, though, kind of do these regularly scheduled kind of things. So that way people have the opportunity to do this. And then the other thing that I have coming is, I know for a while there and I really love the readings with 10 people where I can get to everyone in a couple of hours, and it allows people to have an opportunity to connect with their loved one for just a moment if they can't afford a reading and stuff. So I'm going to have I'm going to put them on the calendar. And so if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, they're going to be scheduled. So at least a couple in advance, because I want to be able to communicate with people through this platform, as well as like on Facebook and stuff like that. But this is going to be the platform for readings. So if you subscribe, anyone who wants to subscribe away. And just know that on February 14th is when I'm going to do the house blessing, my home sweet home. I'm going to do the open house for that. And that Soul Social app will come out this year as well. So that way it's kind of like a platform where nobody sells your information or any of that shit. And, you don't have to worry about that. So just a way to connect with other like-minded people, but also get some free, the app will cost per month, but it will be inexpensive and you'll have access to that kind of stuff. So look for that coming out, and look for the website, the Home Sweet Home website. The Home Sweet Home is going to launch. And then that day, that open house won't necessarily be readings of talking to dead people, but it sure will be understanding the energy of your house, how to clear your house, stuff like that. So if you guys want to tune in, definitely tune in. It will be on Valentine's Day or close to it. I don't know what day of the week Valentine's Day falls on. So you'll see the opening of that, and you'll get a newsletter. And if you don't get my newsletter, you can go on my site and just subscribe so that you get the announcements. But let's do another reading. I see all of you guys saying thank you. And then I see someone has a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Diana. Erica, I saw your post. I am not Erica. I think you have my number, and I think you should text me, and then I can answer you that way, because I don't know that what I need to say, I'm going to say here. So just text me. Send me a text. Send me a text. All right, so let me do a reading here. Let's talk about someone. All right, you guys, let's do it this way. So what I want you to do is throw out a bunch of names. Just throw out whoever you want to talk to. Please, just first name only. Don't say my grandpa or anything like that. Just first names only. Throw out some names out there, and I am going to do a reading like that. The other one was just who came to me, but this one, we're just going to do names. So just throw the names out there. Just type them as fast as you can. And you'll see a list of names going, and that's fine. Definitely got a chick here, whoever this is coming through. You guys, I can't even read how fast you're doing them. But let's see here. Okay, so I see all these names. Holy crap, that's a lot of dead people. That explains why it feels so crowdy in my dining room. Okay, so, all right, so, let's see. Okay, so you guys can stop with the names. I got to tell you, I feel like I have a lady here. Okay, this is interesting. So she's one of the names, okay? I don't know which one yet, but when you throw the names up, they like kind of swarm me. This lady, she says she didn't make it to the hospital in time. That is important. Her passing was in the last few years, maybe last 3 years. She does have health issues. She does. She's at home. She's taking care of herself, or at least trying to. Someone else is there taking care of her. She's home. She's a mom. I know she was a mom when she was alive. I also think she lived long enough to be a grandma. She was an excellent cook. Is my other thing. Her house was always spotless. Like that was her thing. Homey but spotless. But I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Okay, so she's kind of a little old-fashioned. She reminds me of like my grandma's age. Or something like that. So my thoughts is that maybe someone asked for their grandmother, but this grandmother who didn't get to the hospital in time would have been more like a mother figure than a grandma to the person listening, is my sense. And she keeps giving me this thing of, I didn't get there in time. There was something about trying to get her to the hospital or trying to call an ambulance or something like that, and she didn't get there in time, is my sense. It's pretty specific. She says, though, that they tried to take me, but I just didn't get there in time. She does have health issues. She has a myriad of health issues, not just one thing or the other. But there's something really kind of unexpected here, that it's like they thought she would make it in time, or she thought she'd make it in time, because when she leaves the house or something, she's telling me, I thought we'd just go there and they'd help me, and then that was it. And maybe she died on the way, or maybe she died like right as she got there. She's like, I didn't make it in time. This is very specific that she didn't make it on time. So she was on the way there, or right as she got there, but she just says, I didn't make it in time. She has other health issues. This wasn't her first visit to the hospital. Is my sense. Definitely not her first visit. I feel like family's taking care of her, not hospice care, but family care, because I do not think that she thought she was going to die. This is something she'd gone to the hospital for before, but she never thought she would die. Like she knows she wasn't well, but I just feel like she says, I wasn't able to make it. Okay, someone said died in 2002. All right, Lacey, I hear you. Let me see if anyone else comes up. And so I'm not above being wrong about like a little piece of information. So, but let me just kind of explore this just a little bit more, because I feel like she keeps saying, I didn't make it in time. She leaves behind kids and grandkids. Very important. That seems to be a really important kind of message here with her, that I didn't make it in time, but I'm okay. Like she's not suffering in any way, but I really feel like she's someone's grandma that was like a mom, or she is the mom, but she's an older mom. That's kind of my feeling. So she's either someone's grandma or like an older mom, but if she was the grandma, she would have acted like a mom. She would have like helped raise you, like been there through your growing up, that kind of stuff. All right. My mother had a massive stroke and lay on the floor for a week before they found her in August. She died weeks later. Michael, that sucks. And I'm sorry you had to experience that, but I am not getting that. I'm not feeling like it's your mother, but I am going to tell you that when people have incidents like that, where maybe they're not found right away or whatever, it looks like though she lived after that. So, but when they are not found right away, that has no reflection on like their experience in the spirit world. They're not suffering. They're not, coming through with these heavy messages of you should have been there or whatever. It's not like that at all. So just know that those things, while they suck, there's no kind of hard consequence to that in the spirit world. Okay, let's see here. Sounds familiar, but that was my grandma Mary. Kind of sounds like my nanny, but she died in a facility. Okay. Hi from Florida. I was just in Florida a little while ago, living at a halfway house, trying to be clean. She was only 39 and died suddenly. All right. Oh, I'm in Colorado. So hello from Colorado. All right, Lacey, I might not be with you. If I'm getting a piece of this information wrong, it might be the timing. Cindy, did I mention you earlier? Did I say hello or talk to you or something earlier in the broadcast kind of thing? I think I did. So here's the thing, Cindy. Are you a mom as well? And I feel like this lady is kind of, okay, you gave me the helpful tip of hypnosis. I'm wondering if that's what this is. All right. So saw the hypnosis thing. No to what? What am I wrong about here? I don't know. I don't remember what I just asked you. Sometimes things just fall out of my mouth and I don't remember what the hell I'm saying. All right, Cindy. So I might have not a mom, but was she your mom or grandma for you? And she didn't get to the hospital in time. Is that true? This lady tells me she was a mom and a grandma when she's here. She's very specific about that. And I feel like that's her personality too. Is she's kind of like a little bit of a tough cookie here. So I can't really get around what she's trying to tell me, because it seems like she keeps saying that she's like, I'm like a mom or grandma, but like a mom, very much like would have participated in your life. She's very hard-headed in how she's like, you're going to talk to me kind of thing, is my feeling. So the thing is, though, is she's lovely, but very strong-willed. And her house is very important to her. She spends lots of time in the kitchen for some reason. So she's a little old-fashioned. But I just got to say that. Cooked a lot, hard-headed, clean, strict, but fun. There we have it. That, your grandma, though, she keeps talking about being a grandma. So I don't know. So she's your grandma. You're her grandkid then. And she keeps talking about, though, like something you're experiencing right now with your family or something like that. And wanting to let you know she's watching over your family or her side of your family, I guess. And there's just a need to share that with you, because I feel like there's people in your family that you need to know they're being watched out for. And she would have the eyes on that. And I don't know if this is your mom's mom or why she has all these mom vibes about her, because she was your grandma. But as she's coming, she says, I've got an eye on everything. And I also think, would she have one of her own kids with her in spirit? Is that true? Like an adult child that passed for her? She keeps talking about being with one of her kids. So I don't know what that's about. So do you know, she has grandkids with her? Okay, because she's talking about being with kids. Okay, So she's got grandkids with her. She tells me that, so I feel like she keeps saying, look who I have, or look who's with me, these kids, whatever. I thought it was her kids, their grandkids, but she's showing up like a mom to you. So if your brother's in spirit, but he would have died after her. Is that true? Because it's almost like she receives people to her. So I know sometimes people like die out of order, that kind of thing. But I think she's telling me this kid that's with her is there after she died, and that's kind of sudden and tragic and unexpected and shitty, is what I want to say. But she's got like some younger people with her, but that's why she's showing up today, because I was like, well, if you already died a long time ago, then but she's saying, look who I'm with. So obviously she's wanting to let you know that she has some other people there with her. It's not just your brother, though. She must have some other grandkids or something there too. So that's what I want to say. There's someone like her kid's age. There's someone like, yeah, she's got a few people with her, but they're mostly dudes. So let's see here. What does she say? Mom's mom. Awesome. My brother is with her. Awesome. Not awesome, but you know what I mean. That's who. My mom's mom, but my dad died as well. Okay. He's probably over there too. We have lots of loss in my family. All right. So here's the deal with her. Is that what she's telling me is she's here with so she's showing me she's with a bunch of family over there, but she keeps telling me that she is with your living family, the family of today, the people that are here. They all seem to be glommed around your family right now. So I don't know what your, what's going on in your family, if something's kind of hard right now. But the grandma's saying, like, look who I'm with, and I'm with my family here. So I'm watching over them. I'm taking care of them. And I just feel like a lot of love there. So I just want to kind of pass that along, that your grandma's there. But obviously your brother's there, your dad's there. I'm not talking to all of them right now. But your grandma keeps saying, I'm here. And so if your mom is having a hard time right now, it looks like that's what you said. If your mom's having a hard time right now, please let her know that her mom's around, because your grandma says your mom knows everyone's around. Like, she knows they're around. She just wants to connect with them, talk to them, be close to them. But I have to say, and your dad's here as well. But I just feel like everybody around your living family, like but your grandma's the leader. She's the one in charge, so everyone else kind of defers to her. She's a matriarch, in the spirit matriarch. So I just want to tell you she's around your mom, and please let your mom know that she has family with her. I'm sure you probably have your own trials and tribulations as well, but there's just a need to talk about your mother and what she's dealing with right now. So I just want to tell you that and let you know they're with you as well, but also with your mom. So okay, you guys, I have to get ready to go to my little family gathering. We do this really cool thing where, so I've never even seen this game before. So I thought I'd tell you guys in case you guys ever have family over. Because we're just, it's just us. It's everyone from this house and their grandma. And so what they did last year is they took a Cool Whip container, they filled it with coins, taped it, saran wrapped it, taped it again, did all kinds of stuff to it. And then we had to go around the table with a timer for 30 seconds. And we had mittens on, like mittens where you can't touch stuff. And we had to like unwrap it. And it was pretty awesome and funny. So if you guys ever want any weird game at your family gatherings, there you have it. But thank you guys for tuning in. And just remember, I'm trying to do more of these. The 10 people ones, I'm going to try to do a couple of them online. So that people can get connected. I know there were a lot of you guys watching, and it wasn't able to get to everyone's questions or readings, but just know that they're with you and they love you. I'm merely just the telephone for the day to talk to them, but you guys have access to talk to them as much as you want and as often as you want. So I just wanted to say thanks for watching. I love you guys. Thanks for, paying attention to my stuff. And I hope that you all have a blessed day and a happy new year. And if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll see I'll schedule them soon. And so you'll see them pop up so you know when they'll be. So they won't be like surprises. Anyway, lots of love to you guys. And yeah, so I hope and thank you, Allie, for moderating for me. And thank you, Toby, for offering to moderate and being there as well. You guys have a great day.